Listen,
Never in my life associated the word boring with baseball.
We know what's up.
Me? Yeah. Famous? Yeah.
And I'm like giddy over there smiling like, we're about to win this shit.
Did everyone give you crap? Give me a good host story.
I'm not picking it up.
We both love the game.
we talk about it every day.
Can't get enough baseball.
Having some popcorn, you're fooling around your phone.
I'd have to wait in line for 3 hours.
Hang on, because it's about to be a wild ride.
There's nobody I'd rather be talking to more than Courtney Finnicum. Courtney, I'm so excited for another baseball season.
Well, Rob, I'm so excited for another episode, opening day spectacular episode,
Yeah, is that what
we do every year.
I have to figure out exactly what we named it, but this is, we do this. What's the other one that we do? Oh,
the New Year's Eve.
The New Year's Eve one, yeah.
Yes.
So what do we say? That's three?
Three. We do three. Yeah, we do three yearly ones. Opening day, New Year's Eve. What's the other one?
There isn't another.
Okay, so then there's only
two. I meant the third year we're doing it.
Oh, this is the third year. Yes, this is the third year.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, okay, let's just start there. This is very important because I just told you this from the bottom of my heart. I said, this is one of my favorite episodes to do. It is.
Likewise.
It's just, we can talk about news and stories and me doing karaoke.
I saw that. I saw the footage.
No, you did not see footage.
I didn't see footage. I did see photographic evidence that this happened.
You saw an image.
I did.
It's the footage has not been released.
Well, it needs to be released because I think we can maybe put that behind a paywall and get.
That's true. That's true.
The ideas are just popping.
Are you a karaoke person?
So I have done karaoke a couple times, and I have go-to songs that, of course, I use. I mean, You have to, right? You have to.
Yeah.
And I feel like anything by Madonna is a win because you can really kind of work that.
Okay.
And recently, I would add in Pink, You in Your Hand, if you know that song. The lyrics are really quite interesting.
Break us off a couple bars.
Oh my gosh. Oh, now you're putting me on the spot. My voice isn't ready for this. I'm not karaoke ready.
Okay. All right. Okay. Continue.
So I do feel like you have to have either one artist or one go-to song. So now I have to ask you, did you have an artist or a go-to song?
So we walk in to, as you know, the Play Tessie guys were there.
Yes. My boys.
Your boys.
My boys.
Your boys. And we walk into karaoke, and I immediately went to sign up. Now I don't know if I've ever done karaoke. I might have not ever done karaoke.
Wow.
But I felt like as the leader that I had to set the tone.
I agree.
And so I walk in, sign up on the sheet, and I basically did the most difficult karaoke song there is to do, which is Eminem, Lose Yourself, right?
Did you include the swear words?
Yeah, whatever it was said.
Oh, you just went for it.
I've run 6.5 marathons.
Have you really? Have you really? Of course you have.
I don't think I've been that insulted in a long time.
I mean, I'm very impressed if you have. I didn't know you were a runner. We talked about running before.
I'm not a runner. I'm not a runner. So,
anyway.
Why don't you just say, have you really ... How is that possible?
How is that? I mean, because you're in such good shape, Rob.
I know.
I'm not entirely shocked.
It's someone. You're right. Like someone with my muscular physique, it's not necessarily the marathoner's build, is what you're saying.
That's right. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah. I picture very thin, very, very tiny when I think about running.
Yeah. Someone with traps like me,
and you popped a ab, right? You have an ab. So
Thank you for that meme. You popped an ab. You have an ab.
That is a meme, yeah.
So my point is that when I'm doing that song, I've I've felt like I came closer to a heart attack more than I did running a marathon. It's not
It's
really
hard.
singing it. You're just trying to get through the words,
It's 100%.
right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So
I mean,
anyway,
imagine these artists. I've seen Bruce Springsteen a handful of times in concert, and he goes 3 hours straight without an intermission. I mean,
yeah, but
imagine.
if he had to do Eminem, he wouldn't last 10 minutes.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Yeah.
That's the key.
So, Arnie, anyway, so I did that, and I don't know why this came up, but we did that. We did the karaoke. My point is, I know what it was. We can talk about all this stuff. There's plenty of stuff
Yes.
to talk about. The White Sox, baseball, karaoke, but this is the thing that you are setting the tone for the season, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart.
Oh, I know you do.
You are the tone setter for our baseball season.
I love that. I love that role that I have taken on in these last 3 years. I really do. I really do.
Put it on your LinkedIn page.
I will put on my and we can maybe put it on a t-shirt for me
you
as
can
well.
put it on a t-shirt or yes. This tone setter.
The baseball isn't boring tone setter.
Okay. All right. Okay.
The tone setter. I like
I
that.
can do that. We'll have like a caricature of you and the
Yes.
tone setter.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I like that. I
All
like
right.
that.
The QR code. So but you have been the launching pad for our seasons because not only because you love baseball, not only because we value you so much in your love of baseball, but because you have one of the best stories when it comes to actually going to opening day and what opening day means. And we are sitting here, we're dropping this on opening day of the Major League Baseball season. And there's a lot of people, and maybe there's little girls or little boys who are going to their first opening days, much like you did. But I'm not going to tell you the story. I want you to tell your story. This is we talk about traditions and time-honored, way of doing things. You telling this story is what everyone waits for every single baseball season. So, Courtney, I'm going to let you tell the story. Tell the story.
So I mean, it is a known fact, across, I've talked about this many times on social media, podcasts, but I am fast approaching my 26th home opener in a row for the White Sox, which is coming up next Thursday, April 2nd. But not only that, but this has been a tradition of mine to go with my dad. My dad is recently retired, and he has a streak of his own that he has to live up on. So this, I believe, and he's going to kill me if I get it wrong, but I'm going to pull this out right now. I believe this is my dad's 54th White Sox home opener in a row. And that is a clap. I mean, that is
a clap.
Dedication as a young man. That is dedication as a kid. I mean, I started this when I was 12 years old. And I think doing the math, my dad was around the same age as well. So it's been our thing. It's been our thing since obviously I was 12. And I'm really proud of that because, we've done a lot of podcasts about the special feeling that baseball gives you and what it really means to people to be able to go with your friends and your family or your parents and to have those special moments. And baseball is very unique in that sense, where I feel like a lot of other sports don't have that feeling. So I said it on a local Fox broadcast years ago as well, that opening day is truly like Christmas morning. And that remains true even at my older age.
How old when you mentioned that before you were on local TV and they interviewed you at opening day? How old were you then?
So this was well before social media too. So the fact that I got my start in front of the camera at a very young age, I was probably about 14 years old.
Did you ever try to get that video?
That's it. I know there's a way for me to do it now. There has to be.
Yeah.
And I know who interviewed me. I know the local broadcaster that interviewed me. He's still working, semi-working here. Dane Placco, if you guys know that name. But
Dave.
Dane, Dane. So much for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he literally interviewed me, and it was one simple question. He said, what does opening day mean to you? And without hesitation, I said it's better than Christmas morning. And that's the truth.
And
that's
what year
true.
was that? No, don't say what year it was. if you
I
don't
was 14 years old. You can do the math. You can do the math. So
14, 2002.
2000, very good, Rob. 2002. Yep.
Right,
So
okay.
I was still in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. But you already were very comfortable in front of the camera
Very.
and like talking about baseball. It was all good.
It's been my thing.
So you had this moment. Your dad started it. You continued.
Yep.
And this is going to be how many years you said?
26. This will be my 26.
26.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've asked you this question. Was there a year where you almost weren't able to do it?
Well, I mean, are we counting that horrible COVID year? Because,
Oh, did
you
you
know,
do? Oh, I mean, that's not even an option. No, we
it's
aren't
not even an
counting.
option because
No.
I did go to the first game available to me that year. So that was technically the opener.
No.
Yeah, that doesn't count. That's
No.
a really good question because I'm gonna say that's a hard no because we make this a priority in our family. Like this is a priority. Even when I was school age, like weeks in advance, I had that day off of school. Like I had the notes, I had the whole thing we did
The
back in the
cool thing
day.
about that is that your dad, like he understood this. Like he
Very
said,
much. Yeah.
you can miss math because this is more important. And
Matt, 'cause
by the way, it was more important.
and you know what? And it truly, I'm not just saying this as I am a true math hater, and I am a math hater, but but it is more important because moments are fleeting in life, and like spending that with my dad at the ballpark. Yeah, no, it's more important than math class. That is for sure. That is for sure.
So that's pretty amazing I mean, I guess it comes with being a priority, right?
Yeah.
That you didn't even come close to missing
I
one.
I really, and I feel like that would have stood out to me if
Yeah.
there was a time, and there just wasn't because this was planned. This was like, okay, make sure you're available for opening day. And the older I'm getting, I'm working around my travel schedule. I'm working around. I make sure whatever day it falls on that I'm open.
And so would it be fair to say, and you were traveling around a lot
Yes.
because when you're a podcaster, you have to travel like around the country.
I mean, it's the glamorous life of
It's
the
almost like
podcast.
our travel budget's unlimited.
Wow.
It's, it's unlimited. And
It's
and
unlimited.
all those we say that part of our deal is that all those drinks and food that you're posting, all expensed by Baseballs and Boring. It's incredible.
If anybody asks, it is all expense. And I do get a lot of compliments on the drinks and food pictures, as we know.
Courtney,
And if anyone asks,
Courtney,
it's expensed by Baseballs
it's
and Boring.
incredible. This is a quick diversion from what we're talking about, but I know that we talked and we can talk about. This is a time of year also at the parks. They all coming out with their
All the food.
What did I
Yes.
see? Oh, what was the hot dog that I saw today? Something in San Diego. I know
Well,
that the Boston has the lobster poutine, which sounds
Yeah,
disgusting.
it sounds really awful. No
Yeah.
offense to our Red Sox friends
No,
there, but
no,
oh my
no,
goodness.
no.
The one that it's going to be hard to beat in my opinion. The Dodgers with the fried chicken bucket. Like, what in the hell is that about? That is insane.
What is it?
They literally have a bucket of like fried chicken that you can get with like biscuits and a side of mashed potatoes. I'm like, oh my God, you can have like,
So it's not like usually they throw Fruit Loops on it or something.
no, it is
It's just chicken. It's just here you go.
fruit.
It's Cody. It seems like that's the go-to for every park. You just want Fruit Loops on stuff.
Honest to God, it is so funny. Because I was joking with somebody about like, whatever happens to just like a grilled cheese sandwich? Why do we have to have like donut holes on top of sprinkles and like, come on.
The bucket of chicken just seems like why don't they just give you like here's a whole turkey, dig in.
I'd be interested in that as well. A whole
What really?
Thanksgiving at the ballpark.
No, that's the worst idea I've ever heard you say.
Really?
That would be like disco demolition night.
Oh, that's a dirty
Yeah, it's a dirty
word.
word. Like, yeah.
Well,
But
one of my ideas, and I mean this when I say that this is actually one of my better ideas. And I'm not sure if I ever brought it to the podcast,
all right.
but a tweet of mine went viral amongst the White Sox Twitter community when I suggested brunch at the ballpark. Brunch items at the ballpark. French toast sticks, bacon, egg sandwiches, mimosas, Bloody Marys.
When was this?
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
I don't remember.
And
I must have missed that viral.
I can send you the tweets. I can send you the tweet.
I believe you.
Well, people oh my God, people went nuts over it. And the fact that the White Sox still have not incorporated this is just.
But we've made friends with the White Sox people who are in charge of this.
And Brooks Boyer is a friend of mine, and he's in charge of all of this. And I'm very disappointed that he hasn't ran with my idea yet.
Well, but the point is that we talk about, margarita helmet in Texas. I mean, this is, but you go everywhere you go, you basically give us these fancy drinks.
Yes.
Just fancy food. I don't know how you do it, but you do it.
And I enjoy it.
I know you do. I mean, I haven't had a carb in 11 years.
You've said this before, and it's very funny when you say it.
It still makes, and I'm still I'm decrepit now, Courtney.
But you ran marathons, Rob, as I learned.
I ran, yeah. But the point is that you look fantastic every single day.
Thank you.
And you're eating all this crap.
Well, it doesn't matter because when anybody asks how I do it, I just say it's expense on the Baseballism boring expense report. That's all anybody needs to know.
And really, that's all anyone needs to know.
That's all anyone needs to know.
Yeah. So where were we going with this? But so we have these opening days, and it's I think it's just awesome that you have this. You are experiencing this, and this is what I'm going to come back to. This has nothing to do with food. I'm sure I was going to talk about something about food or drinks or something like that, but I do want to get to the heart of it, which is, I really mean it when you have little girls and boys. I mean, opening day, this is a big thing. This is a huge thing. It's for a lot of them. Maybe it's their first major league game ever.
Right.
And Courtney, I've said this. This is one of my go-tos. Is do you remember your first major league game? And when we did the book, it was what struck me was that so many people had the same thing to say. Andy Cohen, John Hamm. Hold on. When you hear the clunk, that's a name dropping. Andy Cohen, John Hamm, Rob Manfred, Mark Hoppus, Rob Lowe, all these people, and the constant theme, why everyone had a slightly different experience, the constant theme was when you walk into that stadium.
Yep. For the first time.
For the first time, it was like, ooh, the greens are never greener, the whites are never whiter.
Yep.
And it's like this place where, and for me, and here's another piece of it, and Courtney, you've got a chance to experience it a little bit now that you're a famous podcaster.
Well, that's true.
Is that, I remember when I was interning for Nesson, and the first time that I put my foot on the field, and I remember that it was weird because, and this isn't I'm not just saying this for effect.
Right.
When I put my foot on the field, you could legitimately feel that this is weird. It was sort of like you were doing going through the portal, the portal where whatever it is. You were going to a place where you didn't really understand that was actually a place. And the reason I think was because you were watching that for all these years.
Yes.
And now you're stepping on it. I mean, I know I'm sounding like a lunatic.
But you're right.
That's true for me. That was true for me.
Yes. And honestly, every single time I get to do something really cool in baseball, as we know, I got a chance to interview Trevor Hoffman during spring training, who is, of course, a Hall of Famer for the San Diego Padres. And you know, it was literally just him and I sitting at a table. Nobody else was around us. It was like we were two people just like catching up. And it's like not lost on me that this is a guy I watched close Major League Baseball games for the Padres. He's a Hall of Fame level closer. And it's like he's giving me all the time in the world to talk about his career and what he's doing now. And it's like, that's really cool. Like that's like an out of
When
body
you're
of
doing that
experience.
interview, and it was an excellent interview,
Thank you.
and you know how I know it's an excellent interview? Because when I'm scrolling through Instagram, it pops up again. It was like 3 weeks ago,
That's very good.
right?
Yes, I
That's
love that.
good.
Yep,
The
that's very good.
algorithms suggest that's good.
That is a good thing.
But when you're doing that interview, did you, because you're thinking of questions, did you
Yes.
think about that? I'm past that. Like I don't. The only time that has happened to me, honestly, was Michael Jordan. Like Michael Jordan was.
Well, that's as a Chicagoan, that's a good one.
Yeah, but he was with the Washington Wizards, so almost didn't
Oh,
count.
yeah. Yeah, I don't love that, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
it's still
yeah.
Michael Jordan. It's
But
still
for you, when you're sitting there with Trevor Hoffman,
yeah.
while you're thinking of questions, are you thinking like, this is exactly what you said? This is so cool.
So I think it really hit me when we were done and we were, saying our goodbyes and I was walking back to the press box and I felt like literally like I was like shaky. Like I'm like, that was incredible. Like he was so warm and welcoming and answering my questions so thoughtfully. And like that really just happened. Like I made that happen. And that was just I think it was after that it really hit me how cool it was. And
Yeah.
that tends to happen to me a lot in these types of events. Like I don't really appreciate it in the moment, but when I take a step back and I'm like either home or like in my own thoughts, then it hits me. Then I'm like, okay, that was a really good experience. Like that was really kind
But
of a wild experience.
yeah, but also there's a satisfaction, I would imagine, that it wasn't just, oh, I got his autograph. Oh, I talked to him for two. I mean, you sat down with him for what, 20 minutes, right?
20 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah, I
literally.
mean, you sat down with
Yes.
him 20 minutes and you had a legitimate conversation, a legitimate back and forth conversation. All of
Yes.
this, what we're saying is that it's not lost on anybody how cool different introductions to the game of baseball is. And that can
Yes.
start with going into the stadium. It can be you sitting down with Trevor Hoffman, but this is what this season will do for a lot of people and these kids. And I'm not. I mean, when I give out these stickers, one of the reasons I like doing it, it's not just for the QR code for the t-shirts. It's because you can see like this enhances this person's
Yes.
experience.
Yes. And one thing that still enhances my experience and it never ever gets old to me is seeing the opening day bunting, right? I mean, that is
Hmm.
and there's also playoff bunting, which I have not seen with the Chicago White Sox in a couple years, but that's a whole other
Yeah.
situation. But when you talk about walking into the stadium for the first time after a long winter, and you're seeing, like you said,
Oh,
everything
the
is greener,
bunting.
and the bunting is really what is. It's, ever since I was a kid, that was my favorite thing.
Yeah.
So that still never gets old to me.
Was the opening day your first game? Like your
It was
first
not.
time?
It was not my first game. We used to go very sporadically when I was like a kid, like a toddler. I mean, I remember seeing a very, very young Alex Rodriguez with the Mariners. Like I remember that we had like seats right by the away dugout, and I remember seeing a very, very young 20-year-old A-Rod playing for the
Is
Mariners.
that
So
what's your first memory? Like, is that your first memory? What
that
is
would
that
probably be about my first memory. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably which is probably why I support A-Rod the way I do. But
Really?
but
Okay.
yeah, it's for
Well,
another podcast.
it's your prerogative to be wrong.
Oh wow, you just dropped that on me. Yes,
Oh,
wow.
no, it's fine. It's all
No,
good.
I've had a lot of arguments about A Rod in
Oh,
the baseball
really?
world.
Okay.
Oh, a ton, yes,
Okay.
a ton.
You're right. You're exhausted.
But I'll still go to battle. I'll
Yeah.
still go
You're
to
like
battle. But
your arguments, which is more taxing? Your arguments for about A-Rod or me singing Eminem a
well,
karaoke?
I still need the clip. If you send me the clip,
Cody, I'll send you the clip, right? Not for public consumption, but I'll send you
well,
the
it will
clip.
not be for public consumption. But your Eminem is probably more taxing than my A Rod arguments.
Yeah,
Probably.
definitely.
A little bit of a difference.
I almost keeled over. Uh, anyway, so Yeah, so you remember that. It's interesting, like
Yes.
that is the moment that, but then you have the opening day. But then we have the grown up version of this, which it never, this is the other part of this. It never goes away, where you talk about the bunting. And I
Yes.
like how you said, after you have these winters and we're just like, oh man, is winter gonna end? And
Yep.
all of this is gonna seem like I'm being like Bob Costas and doing this soliloquy about baseball, but I'm not. I'm thinking through it. I'm thinking
Yes.
through it right now. I feel like I have just gone through a season, so I'm not
I'm
like
sure.
super like, oh my good, I've 44 straight days of spring training.
I can imagine you wouldn't mind another off season, another mini off season, I bet.
Yeah, and
I
and then
bet.
throw in the WBC chaos, like,
Right.
and so, but that's not here. There. I'm gonna get a day where I'm gonna get a reprieve, and then I'll go to opening day. But the thing is that for everybody, this is the time where you're finally, when you walk in to that stadium, there is, oh, like you said, oh, there's the bunting. Oh, there's the field. Oh, there's a game that they only play in semi-nice weather. Like,
Right.
oh, this is baseball. And now this is the entryway into not summer, but spring, and then summer, and
Yep.
then it's just this is the beginning of something. And every single time that you do it, every single time it feels that way.
And in all honesty, out of all the things, obviously as we get older, priorities change, things change. This never gets old to me. Opening day never, ever, ever gets old to me, ever. And one thing I also love about it is even like if you're a Chicago White Sox fan like I am, I mean, everyone starts with the same record on opening day, right? No record, 0-0. It's a fresh start, it's a clean slate. Expectations are there, but obviously different for different teams.
Yeah.
But it's a clean slate though, and it really does make you feel like, okay, anything can happen, as we've seen. Anything can happen. So I like that too. Like it's just it really is a fresh start.
And it's
It really
weird
feels like it.
because opening day, obviously, I don't know if you know this, doesn't count more than one game. Science would suggest that. But what it does do, it feels like more than one game.
I would
It
agree.
feels it feels like you won 10 games if you
I
win
agree with
opening
that.
day, you know?
I agree. And honestly, and now on the flip side, if you lose opening day, it makes you feel like
Oh,
you've lost 10. It's
oh,
disaster. It's all hell's broken loose. Yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
horrible. And I'm already ready for that to happen to me on Thursday if it does
Oh,
happen.
don't be that way. Come on.
Oh, it depends how they lose if they lose. If they lose and look okay, I'll be fine, but we'll see. We'll see.
Well, and so in synopsis, you're going to go back. You got the seats with your dad,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
Good seats, same seats, good
But
seats.
depends where the White Sox want to put me.
Oh,
So
oh.
I'm calling in a favor. Hopefully, I'm calling in a favor. So
What are you trading the French toast sticks
that's right.
idea?
The French toast sticks for opening day tickets. Let's go.
All right, okay. All right. All right. Fair enough.
Take
And
my brunch at the ballpark idea, but just
Courtney TM
Courtney
trademark.
TM. Call it Courtney's cocktails, Courtney's brunch. I don't know. Courtney's cafe.
You're you do a few podcasts and all of a sudden you have a cafe at the park.
I mean, listen. All of a sudden, I'm in front of all these spring training sites, and I have a cafe at the ballpark.
Well, okay. So it looking at the season now, you look at the overall season, Courtney. Um, this is the last thing I want to talk to you about. Is that you mentioned that we all, did you just look at the clock?
You said this is the last thing I want to talk to you about. So, for some reason, my muscle
You get
memory
somewhere
went
else
to
to
my.
go?
Oh, I could be here all night talking
Okay,
baseball.
all
You
right.
know that.
All right. I like
Call me right out.
it's
Oh my
like I
God.
explained to someone, who did I explain this to? Oh, Ottavino. I said, you're on this podcast long enough to know that when I say this is a cliche question, I'm basically challenging you not to give me a cliche answer.
Understood.
And
Understood.
so when I
Yes.
say this is the last question, basically I want you to wind yourself up into a good answer.
Oh, I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
You had mentioned that our lives change and we be adulting, and we like to think that everything's going to be the same, but it's not. Like we talk about how a lot of it's the same. How difficult is it for you, or do you find it difficult to be this, an adult to enjoy the game like you used to? And I know that you want to say yes, but still, when you got a million things going on, you got your French toast stick ideas, you got Courtney Cafe, you're thinking, all this stuff, and some of the people now, on the field, all this. How is it different for you as an adult?
I actually, I do like that question. I am going to give you, I think, it might be considered a little bit of a cliche response,
That's
but
okay.
I think we can,
It'll be from the heart.
it will be from the heart.
Yeah.
But I really do feel that when I walk into Sox Park on April 2nd, all of whatever's going on in my head, whatever ideas I didn't get through with the White Sox about my cafe, whatever's going on with my work, podcast, whatever, I am telling you, I'll leave it at the door. And I will go in and I will truly, truly focus on what I'm there for. And that's to enjoy baseball, be back in the ballpark after 6 months, and be there with my dad. I mean, that is the goal, right? I mean, that is the plan, is to go there, forget about all the nonsense that you're dealing with as an adult, because it's 2026. There's a lot going on. But I mean, there's a reason why they call this an escape, right? Because it should be an escape from the nonsense that you have going on. It really should be. And that is how I view it. And that is how I think I'll always view it. At least I hope I'll always view it that way. So baseball at the end of the day is an escape. And that's what I look forward to the most. Just walking in there and forgetting about the BS for a couple hours,
So, as a follow-up, do you consciously have to do that, or does it just click in?
The older I'm getting, sometimes I have to consciously do it, depending on what's going on that morning. But as soon as I leave my house, I'm in the car. I'm in a different mode. I'm in baseball mode, as I like to say.
See, that was excellent answers. Excellent job by you.
So I didn't let you down.
No, you never let me down.
There we
go. Never
go.
let me down.
Now that was a good response.
No, you never let me down. Part of the family. You never let me down.
That is true.
I'm not mad at you, Courtney. I'm disappointed.
That's my favorite. That is my utter favorite. Courtney, I'm not mad.
Just
a little disappointed.
But no, I'm not disappointed. I'm proud of you.
There we go. Thank you.
And much like I was very proud of our Baseballs and Boring family when the espresso machine was auctioned off for over $15,000 with a Baseball Isn't Boring sticker. And the best thing about that was the photo that they kept using was the side that the sticker was on.
I mean, how amazing was that publicity? Oh, I mean, and again, as a coffee connoisseur, and I am, and as someone that is half Italian, I appreciated that so much. I really, really did. I really, really did.
So good. I didn't even ask him to do it.
And it happened.
Didn't ask anyone to do it.
That makes it even better.
It's just people understand the importance of the message.
That's
All
it.
right, Courtney. Excellent job. Again, you didn't let me down. One of my favorite conversations to have, and go White Sox, I guess, right? Who are they playing, by the way? Who are they playing?
My prediction for the Chicago White Sox, 72 wins this season. I know. I mean, strap it down. It's going to be a party on the South Side, but we'll see.
All right.